In this video, we will create Fast and Furious title in Wondershare Filmora. To create flares, first go to the Effects panel and drag the Lens Flare 3D effect by Boris FX onto the timeline. Make it 8 seconds long. Then, from the presets, select Light Beam. At the start, change the global intensity to 297 and global scale to 10. After 15 frames, change intensity to 59 and scale to 2.30. Expand the built-in section and change the flare position to the left side of the screen, and position Z to 0.40. Keep stripe on and turn everything else off. Change stripe intensity to 43, position to 0.90, softness to 1.10, and change the color to orange. Expand light flicker and change the speed to 89 and amount to 88 and seed to 100. Duplicate the flare on track 2. Delete keyframes, change intensity to 69, scale to 1.30, then change position to the right side of the screen. At 2 seconds, change intensity to 35, then adjust the stripe position and give it a bit of movement towards the upper side. Duplicate it again and create a small flare on the right side of the screen, and make it move upwards. Then drop the Dream Glow effect, change the color to orange, and glow to 100. Finally, export it at a higher rate. To create a different flare, delete all the flares from the timeline, then drop Lens Flare 3D effect again. From the presets, choose White Start Flare. Turn everything off except stripe. Set the glow to 71 and blur to 11. Then adjust the flare position in the middle of the screen and export it at a higher rate. Finally, delete all the effects from the timeline. Add a black color clip to track 1 and apply the BCC Particle Illusion effect to it. Launch the particle illusion and search for the Shiny Color Stripes preset in the library. Add it to the timeline and change the tint color to blue. Set the random seed to 14146. At the start of the clip, change the position to x equals -960 and y equals -312. At the end, change the position to x equals -335 and y equals -185. Change the life at the start to 2.5 and at the end to 1.5. Change the motion randomness to 90 at the start and 0 at the end. Set the opacity to 62. Select the bar option and change the F-life to 133 and F-number to 5. Change the color bar to dark blue and light blue. Set the life to 49, number to 3, and size to 396. Duplicate the shiny stripe Nord and change the position at the start to x equals 1295 and y equals -312. At 18 frames, change the x position to -960 and y to -312. Then, at the end, enter the same values of the 17th frame. Adjust the position as desired. Duplicate it again to create another blue flare and adjust the position until the desired result is achieved. Click on Apply to complete the blue flares. Next, go to the Stickers section and apply Lens Flare Element 17 to track 2. Trim it at the start and change the duration to 8 seconds. Change the scale to 183, x to -668, and y to -1467. Then, add the BCC Lens Flare 3D effect to track 3 and choose the Light Beam preset. Adjust the flare intensity to 93, color to orange, scale to 0.20, position to 0.80, ring color to orange, intensity to 72, radius to 0.70. Change Hollow's color to orange, intensity to 3.90. Change the glow color to orange, intensity to 89, scale to 0.80, and stripe intensity to 69, and color to orange. Adjust the flare position to make it travel from the right upper side to the middle using X, Y, and Z position. Create a keyframe on the Z position at the start. Set Z to -2, and at 11 frames, set Z to -10. Adjust the X and Y position to center the flare. Duplicate the black color layer on track 4. Change the blend mode to screen, and adjust the opacity as needed. Apply BCC Fast Lens Blur to the black color layer on track 3, and set the iris to 10. Apply Fast Lens Blur to track 1, and set the iris to less than 5. Create the Fast and Furious text in Photoshop and import it into the project. At the start, set the scale to -139 for X, -175 for Y. At the 11th frame, change the scale to 95, X to 0, and Y to 40. At the end, change the scale to 104. Apply the BCC Cast Shadow effect from the Effects panel. Expand the Camera Model section. And at the start, set the Orbit Tumble to -10 and Spin to -19. At the end, change the tumble to 6.9 and Spin to 16. Duplicate the lens flare from track 3 to track 6, and turn off all options except for Keep Stripe Only. Adjust the position of the lens flare between the Fast and Furious text. Apply the Lens Flare Element 17 sticker and position it towards the upper right corner of the screen. Then import the lens flare clip that was previously created and drop the single flare clip onto a new track. Change the blend mode to screen. At the start, adjust the scale to 75, X position to -48, Y to -27. At the end, change the scale X to 111, Y to 58. Position X at 392 and Y at -53. At the 11th frame, adjust the flare position under the Fast and Furious text. Next, apply the 3 flare clip on track 9 and change the blend mode to linear dodge. Unlink the scale and change X to 176, Y to 99. At the end, change the X scale to 178 and position X to 582. Apply the Dream Glow effect, setting the glow to 100 at the start and 0 at 2 seconds. Then apply the Cinematic Bar effect and change the bar height to 0.05. Apply the Auto Enhance effect and the Sharpen effect. Finally, go to the Video Effects and apply the Sideways 3 Shake effect. Change the frequency to 1 and position X to 0.01, position Y to 0.01, and position Z to 0.02. Now let's render it to see the final preview. If you're interested in more creative editing, check out filmora.wondershare.com.